Alright, welcome back everyone. Here we are through our first day. I think we should finish up tonight. This is, like I said yesterday, it's a pretty simple little build. Gonna get a little complicated up top, but it's not over the top complicated. Let's say, fun little neat thing. I hate to start the thing up because it keeps going as I'm trying to build, but let's see if it's got any. We got our little spinning side panels. We're going to eventually put some ballerinas on here so they can be spinning around behind them, so that'll be cool. But if you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures and how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Upload daily and just try and have a good time. We're not solving the world's problems, we're just building silly little models, having some fun. If you've seen any kits or builds or sets you want me to take a shot at, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add on to my list, and I've got the most intelligent audience on YouTube because y'all provide me with nothing but the best of options. With that being said, we're ready to jump in on step 5 here today. Probably should have done it last night, but I was ready to go to bed. Let's see. Excuse me. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Just putting our little decorative pillars into the corners here. Seems like it might be a little fragile on this thing, but I'm not terribly so. Always a little worried about breaking things when they're this sort of wobbly on the big pieces. And then yeah, so we got this sort of structure with our legs on it. And we set you aside. Actually, I don't need you for a minute. Bring in our first little acrylic cylinder, topper, and all the little fancy pieces. I do specifically warn you that these are very fragile in the instructions, so you do have to be careful with this batch. And let's see here, so I'll set through there and start off. Okay, this doesn't same either way, so it doesn't matter which way you go. These do have a little trim around the edge, so you want to make sure that's facing outwards. And just down into those guys. Now this will be the one that ended up breaking because I'm not worried because it's not quite as flimsy as the last one. That one took a little bit extra force to get in, and of course that may be what the problem was. I put it in backwards. Looks like these are they different. Let's see here. Oh, moved on me. Yeah, they are slightly. One side is slightly smaller than the other, so maybe. Yeah, just barely noticeable on that. So it is, I guess, how they're trying to convince you to put them in correctly. I thought. Or they could just be that tight. Alright. Ooh, actually, supposed to do. I thought these went on that. They actually go on this thing. Hey, there's something big in here. I hear it buzzing around. Hang on a second. I think it's a stink bug. I want to get it outside. Okay, just noticed it. I thought it was just momentary. Is it? Okay, that's what was throwing it off. Just noticed my focus wasn't focusing. Okay, let's see. Got a little bit of decoration in the middle there. These guys go in here. I'm trying to think to look at the decoration before I put it on this time, so I don't have to undo although these feel like they're reasonably undoable. They're not super tight like that last batch was, which technicality I guess should be the next batch. Now I am done for that. So bring this guy back in. These guys should get mounted around these holes. This is the top. And alright, everything nice and snug. Now, get our cylinder, and it should lock in underneath our little lips here. Rather anticlimactic peel. Look at you. Right there. Put it upside down to help gravity hit me some help, and refold my poster to get it to the right place. Okay. Now that finishes step 6. And this is 7, so we get to combine these guys. It has this going down from the top, but I'm going to leave it upside down just to, I think it'll be easier. So there, that's where the tops of these fancy ones go. And this is where I guess the top of our horsies go. Sort of looks like a horse, not really a horse, just the. Right, so outside. It must be. Yeah, it has to be because that's where the slide is. And, okay, let's get one down. Okay, let's see what happens when I go the other way. Okay, I feel better that it didn't work as good, any better this way. Okay, so we got them all started over the thing. Now, we're trying to take them down evenly, I hoped. I guess with that, this outer ring does feel pretty flimsy in the hand. Right around all of them. Okay, now I'll start getting gently ease them all in around. Okay, there we go. A little bit of drama there, but not too bad really. Let me get our acrylic back in the middle there. Okay, and now bring back our base, and this goes down onto that. Ooh, let's see where everything. Okay, so these tabs go up through those slots. Okay, let's see, anything else lining up? No, it's just the tabs on the inside. I guess these probably go into these little Y's here. Okay, let's see what happens. Should pull everything in place. That's a bad sound. Yep, broke one. That's sideways on me. I think I'm going to try and fix it rather than pull it all the way off to repair it. I think I can get my nozzle of precision out with my super glue and get in there. Okay. Okay. Now, we're getting close. Okay, the Y's hit first, so make sure they're all lined up. Now, to the inside. I think they're all ready to go in. Now we gotta see. Grab a right. There's not the one I want. Where did my little I finally found my little dog leg hook. I misplaced it a while back. I took it down to do something in the garage, and I can't go in from this side, so it's got to go. I guess I kind of have to grab down here, try and line these guys up, which doesn't seem ideal. Are they hitting anywhere else? Okay, it's still hitting that one. Is it one? Okay, they're lining up. We can get them to all clear here. That seemed good. That was not the back, maybe. Okay, there it went. Okay, there we go. Okay, so they've all started coming through. There we go. Yeah. That is. Okay, it was hitting. I was worried about side to side, but it was actually leaning out a little bit and catching on the lip of one of these. What was stopping me. But now it's all in. And if you look, the cylinder got the foot down here, so that's holding it in top and bottom. So that's nice, nice. It's going to be secured. Now, where am I at? Okay, into the next. Oh, yeah. Bunch of pieces, but I think it's going to be too bad. Let's get them all separated, hopefully. So I need, I think it's 6 those guys. Okay. Blending in. Ah, there they are. Should have separated these into different buckets. Okay. So we're going. These guys lock in. Sort of like the ones from last night. I got a little more room, but it's still not easy access. weird. That one. Okay, I guess just don't have much clearance for that one to go all the way in. Oh yeah, we gotta fix that little. Just remember the little piece that I broke over there. I don't think it's on this side, just have to think about it. Okay, where'd you go? Well, it's going to be easy to fix when it doesn't come down. No, not much broken. Okay, there it is, yes. Just a little loose, it's not completely broken. But I got my old Gorilla super glue and one of my nozzles of precision. We should actually gonna go a little reckless here. I've got the extra liquidy super glue. A little bit hard to control, but I think it'll seep in better. The nozzle of precision works on it as well. Okay, it is not clogged, so make sure that. Just got to be really slow with it because it flows. I want you to be just gently ease you in. And ease you up in place. And you are not going anywhere. And I'm going to be reckless and throw the nozzle of precision away because I hope I won't break anything else tonight. Yeah, a little crooked, but solid at least. It goes a little bit lower down than that one, but I'm prepared to live with that. Now back to regular scheduled program. This goes a little slope to the inside, so you're going in these guys all the way around. Alright, so we got all that going on. Now, I want the more solid ones here, or I guess the ones with a notch cut out of them first. The decorative ones go second. Okay. And going E8 into these little holes, that's the straight pin. Okay, that's going on through here, so I think I'll try straight through. See how this works on the first one. We'll figure it out from there. To there. Okay. That seemed almost too easy to not do it again. Both of them started at once this time. See if I can do hard for me to press down. That's probably not the way to do it. It wanted to break on me. Alright. So, that didn't work. They gave me spares. But I'm tempted to give this a shot. No, it's not going to work. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I can break plenty of them. Pull 2 of them off, just in case I do break another one. There we go. This one, back out on me. This must get a little something came off there. Now this is also the one that didn't quite go all the way in. So. Okay. Now these guys go into the inner holes here of these two. I go on it, got the arrow going down, and the tab goes to the outside. So something like that. And these go into upper holes on this one. Or, yeah, turn it the right way. That's not in. Okay. We're doing this on the well, one of them worked. Okay. I think try it this way. Get them seated all the way in. Then place. Not working either. There. Guess a nice little ramp on that. I'm not sure that's showing. But not lining up that one either. Takes a little encouragement. Oh yeah, it goes in. Not too much drama. Alright, upside down. I don't know why I keep wanting to do that, and I guess that's 2 out of 3 I've tried to do that on. Okay. Okay, let's curve to the inside. Okay, that one. Right, cooperative. Love it. Curve to the inside. Just tell myself that every time. There, one more to go. Alright, so I got a nice, let's say, beveled surface. I don't know. I don't think that's the right term for that. I think bevels are cuts, not angled surface, I guess. Okay. And now, ready for our old spring. And I think the way I'm reading it, we're supposed to get that foot, if I can get it, looks like it's supposed to go on. Okay. I'm reading it right. Let's get a screwdriver instead. A flathead would be better for this. Give her a spin. Not now. No, not. Okay. Reread the instruction. For the spring in the middle as shown, tilt insert D3 to P8. Or that P13 on D7. Yeah, it looks like it goes underneath these little tabs. There. Yeah, it's definitely got room for it to go underneath it. So I guess I'm gonna. Okay, that's a little more cooperative than the last one. It just felt like doing it that time. Let's see, it sort of just rode right underneath there. I'm not gonna just one loop around, and it's fairly straight up. A little, just a hair that way, but nothing, not too bad. All right, cool. Now on to the next bit. You guys. Okay. Make sure those are, yeah, those are for in a minute. More of these little guys. And I am going to use the solid surface again. Let's see. Which way do we go? Okay, so see what happens this way. Not sure which way they're supposed to line up, so I'm going to do 4 of them. A little bit too far through. Getting just a little proud of the back here. That way, push them in and they're nice and flush. Yeah. Now, which has a space out. Okay. Yeah. So the slots are going to be showing. That makes sense. Okay. That seemed to work, so I'm going to just carry on around here. There we go. Okay. I wouldn't worry about that writing, but this is the bottom side, so it's never going to show, I hope. Put those guys on. Now, our spring is supposed to go in the center of our little thing here. It does with a fair amount of. Okay, I think ease it in under our. So yeah, so it's that must be our secret storage space or whatever they called it. Yeah, that gives us that much room. All right. Cool. Now these guys go into corners here. Try and remember to look at them, make sure I put the right side out. Alright. There we go. And moving on. These guys and our other acrylic cylinder in there. So, okay. So I'll get these onto this one, the top. Nice and stiff on that one. Alright. These go into these slots. And out, evidently. There. Sort of hard to do with it wiggling around. It's sort of the opposite way and pull against it. Okay, so that's going to significantly reduce our hidden storage space. I'm not going to get a whole lot in there. Because this thing goes on top of here, so it's hold it up by our little shelves. Not easy. Push it down. Ooh, don't like that. Okay, there we go. Okay. And we end up with that. Still confused about the functionality here. Okay. Oh no. I was supposed to put this in before we did that. Will that fit in there? No. Okay, so. Get you off. That one. There's one of those inevitable mistakes. Another one. Okay. Not the end of the world, and now I know how to put it on. Let's find the end of our goes. Now, easy in between all of those. There's a little bit of a grabber there. Okay, let's maybe start off on the side this time. Or maybe not. Oops. Something just gave way. Yep. Was there an extra one of those? I don't believe so. Nope. Yeah. Cylinder should have. No, cylinder shouldn't matter to it. It should be. This is the one I broke. Okay, let's. You're not going to be helping. Okay. Okay. If I'd known been this much trouble, I would have left it out. Okay. And here, okay. Just rocking them in and out of place now. Okay. I think I got them going now. Okay. So back to the everybody's playing nicely now. Ish. Here's my broken one. Anything pressed down on that one, but the other one's pulled it in place. Okay. Okay, so it's gonna be locked down. Okay, but there's we go. So I guess this is our secret storage space. So I'm guessing just a ring is what we're gonna be storing in there. But that was not fun. And one more fold. And move on to this guy. Alright, the broken bit. Okay, so we got you. These. Okay. Okay, so these are evidently supposed to be. Okay, so these guys are going to be on here. I want to get them flush. Okay, going in, yeah, like so. Oh. Yeah, that'll be. Okay, so I want them flush with the tops here. So, in. And now I've done all that. Actually, gonna pull them back out. I could have done that. Just put them into the little arms. I want to, well, okay, get some wax going. The surface looks like those are going to be sliding across it, so I want to get my paintbrush loaded up with my melted wax over here. Just gently give us a little bit of surface to work with in there. Oops, let my SD card fill up on me there, so I had to swap that out. But while I'm waxing, go ahead and hit my teeth on these guys. Maybe a little bit on the end there. Alright, now reinstall them. So they will end up going all together pretty snug there. And this goes on to those guys. The 4 of them that are left now. Hopefully a little more cooperatively in my last batch. Yeah, so far so good. Yeah. All the way down. All right. technically not supposed to be flush on the top because they did push out there, so they're gonna work. Okay, oh yeah, definitely not, because we're eventually gonna put this on, but evidently that goes on after. We do this first. Okay. So the gear one with the teeth on the bottom. And this on top, sort of I'm assuming it's going to be a locking ring of some sort. There. Oh. Yep, there's those flimsy rings I was worried about, but staying together, so I'm going to let it ride. If you didn't hear it, there was a nice little click there when I broke it, or wounded it anyway. Okay. Now, you go on. I'm assuming you should be locked in pretty good with that. And that's gonna open and close our guy there. Now, drop this guy on top. Alright, that's a little more impressive than and hid behind our little flowery deal. And okay, now we'll get into our little foam rubber dealios. And it's got, I don't know if you can, probably won't show the texture on here. We got a velvet on the outside and the foam rubber on the inside, and the velvet goes to the outside. When you do this, it's going into those little recesses. That's what I shouldn't have done that. We got our two-sided tape. It's loaded in there, and this one goes into the central column there. Alright, that's how you got, you can really see it between those two. That's velvet showing. So let's see here. Put you on first, and then we'll peel the back off maybe. Straight through with all of them. Going to be a little bit of a long one tonight, but this one was sort of in no man's land. I don't have enough to stop, because if I do it, it'll be like a 15-minute video tomorrow. So just plow on through, because we're getting close. We're just adding trim on at this point, decoration and feet and whatnot. I usually use the glue on stuff like this, but this two-sided tape seems pretty high quality. Sort of not that flimsy stuff they usually give me. And one on the bottom of our little cylinder here. Alright. And let's put you in first. backing to come off of you. Not a perfect fit on that, and it does have a little, too late to show you now, if there's a little slot in the felt so you can mount a ring or whatever if you wanted to put mine's probably too thick for it. Yeah. You could mount a girl's ring in there. Okay, now into these guys. Getting sort of the velvet all around the edges here. I'm not sure about this as far as a decorative feature. I personally think the acrylic tube looked a little better, but maybe it'll look better once it's all said and done. I think. Okay, these have a little slot in them too, so you can put, in theory, put rings or something in these on the edges around the circle as well. Oh, they gave us an extra one. So I can, yeah, that's where it keeps it down and everything. Cool. Oh, and an extra piece of tape. Backing here. Okay. Now, except moving into our decorative bits. So these guys go in down at the bottom. So gotta. They say they do anyway. Wiggle and jiggle, and it's not wanting to go. Okay. Yeah, that's really tight. Maybe it's just the one. Nope. Oh, no, that one was more cooperative. Well, maybe it was just the one. Okay. Lined up. Nope. There's some dogs out there throwing a fit. They're not mine, but now maybe I can see what I'm doing better. Seems like it's pushing against this corner a good bit, sort of hard to get it lined up perfectly. Already have one fall off. Yep, that's the tape stayed in there. That's not encouraging. Okay. Okay, that one was cooperative. Okay. That's how hard I was pushing. Use the solid end maybe. I wouldn't worry about turning them up. I'd use channel locks to push these things in. It's quite a bit of force to get these to cooperate. Probably. Matter of fact, I'm just thinking out loud. Let me. A few seconds of. Bend them up a little bit, maybe. Yep, that's the ticket. Doesn't take much, just enough to get it to cooperate. Yeah, that is definitely the ticket. Wish I'd thought of that much earlier. And that one is rubbing against the edge again on this one as well, so that's a little extra encouragement, but nothing like what I was doing before. Okay. That's you and you. One last flip, and we are on to our last half of the last page. So let's see, yeah. Couple of decorative bits and bobs, and our marble, our bead, I guess, that does have a hole in it. Okay, that's where we're starting. So you let's go together. And this one with our little decorative edge on there. Worry about breaking more of them. There it goes. And our marble on top. It cooperated, thankfully. Okay, so you go in. Okay. And that's going to grab on. Yeah, that's why the hole's on top, and you can push it down and hold it. Okay, cool. That's secure until you open up. Yeah, nice little functionality. Goes down flush on the edge. Yeah. Spins around. Oh, cool. Okay, I'll quit playing with that. Okay, now. Okay, so the ballerinas go in next, and they go in on those. So if I have to shave the sides of them, I will, but we'll see. These are definitely going to be more fragile than those guys were. Okay. Oh, I don't like that. Let's see. Grab my that base. Not squeeze them together, just getting those. Push down on her feet or whatever down here. Okay, now this is. Okay. And they did give us extra ballerinas, by the way. Okay. Most of the way in. Let's see if I can get. We're going to jiggle without breaking our ankles. Yep. And the one with only one leg going down. That's even the worst one, or the least. Okay, get you started. I'm just going to jump right to the pliers here. Okay, she's just going to live. See if I can get more pressure this way. No, she's just going to float that high. Okay. Now, decorative circles here. Get the spacers in. Let's see which way they're going. Says the big side. Okay. Like so. Okay. Now, let's go into the holes on either side, hopefully. And up our ballerinas. Now the ballerina sides, they are not going all the way in. They're sort of floating a little bit above their legs. They're sort of tilted. I think see it. I don't know if it's going to show on camera, but it's sticking out at the bottom further than it is on top. Okay. Now, last bucket. Just 3 ROKR logos that go on the ones that aren't ballerinas. Which I would imagine is relatively optional, but giving it to your best gal or your daughter, your kids, any kids or nieces, nephews, whatever. Probably don't need to let them have the ROKR logo on the side of their music box. But to me, it doesn't hurt. And they did give us a spare one of these as well. As long as they don't break, I guess I'll stick them in. Okay. I'll pop on. Now, final touch, just put on our feet. completed. Right. Nice little box. Let's see. The actual box itself is solid. Of course, our little ballerinas and all the fine details are going to be a little fragile, but I like the, you know, let's say you're not going to get much of a ring in there. Let's say it's, you know, the quarter even fit in, a quarter will fit in there. I like, yeah, you know, like I always say, I'm a sucker for clockwork stuff. That's nice. Drop it in there. Lock you down. But came out really nice, solid little box. Let's see what happens. Get our spinning behind it here. It's stuttering quite a bit. Well, I'm sure it'll work its way in as it goes. I think that's, yeah, I think I've gone as far as I get as much tension on as I can. Yeah, I don't think they lined up exactly right on the inside. I'm pretty, this one doesn't feel. Should be going. Let's see. Say it's got a definite little, as I say, I don't think the gears lined up just right on the inside, because I can really feel it. It wants to go, but yeah, I say it's hanging on something in there. And it's not. And now with all that on there, it's not easily accessible to fix it. It was sort of working last night. What's that? Look in there and see. I'm about to call it quits, but that's the thing. This one seems to have more. That one seems to be caved in there or something. Let's get in there to pull on it, maybe. Disappointing. I was concerned about it last night. I thought maybe the wax would wear in, but I say it. But it's really. Add some torque to it. It might work its way in if I let it. If I'll leave it like that, and I say, you tell it wants to go. But we're going to, at this less than thrilling end, we will call it a night. I know I went way long tonight. Sorry about that, but we'll start up on. Yeah, bring it in. Yeah, right here. Got another one of the little corners of happiness. I got a little. It's the elegant studio down here. So a little looks like a little author's writing room nook thing. Ought to be a fun little build. They usually take about a week, so it's you know, it's nice. It's a good challenge, but it's not crazy tiny like that mini magic shop I did a few weeks back. But thanks for watching, folks. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share, do whatever you want to with all of that. Be good to one another, stay safe, and click on a link. There's my channel up there if you'd like to subscribe. There's my other channel. I seem to do experiment every other Saturday. Down here is what YouTube thinks you should be watching, and that is the playlist for this build. Both videos. See you tomorrow.